What's up, everybody? It's Goose. Today I'm on my boss's property and I'm gonna go over my pig pen. I have kunekune pigs. I did have a trio, but I sold my boar and I'm getting ready to sell my sows. But I've kept them over here on it's probably 2 acres, maybe a little over 2 acres. And I'm keeping them in with a single hot wire. This is the cheap Tractor Supply wire. I don't recommend it. I recommend PowerFlex Fence Company. Their poly braid is way better than this, and probably not much more expensive, because I'm sure I overpaid for that stuff, but I'm not going to go back and look. That's from the first fence I built, and I didn't know any better, so that's why I have this cheap thin wire. It's so thin you can barely see it. And I think the white stands out better than the yellow. So yeah, I recommend PowerFlex Fence Company. This stuff, it's working for me, but it's poor quality stuff. But like I said, bought it when I didn't know any better. But back to the pig pen. Here's my 2 pigs right here, my 2 sows. They're over here rooting around because the ground's soft right now. Yeah, I know people say the kunekune pigs don't root, but they do just a little bit, don't we? Don't we, girls? They're nice and friendly. They're being a little pushy. I gave them some feed the other day, and you start doing that, they want to try to demand it of you. So when I start feeding them, they're pushy. Which I haven't been feeding them. I haven't fed them in several months. You can actually raise these on a all forage diet. I was skeptical at first, but it's true. They only time I feed them grain is wintertime. Pretty much after they eat all the nuts. There's still plenty of hickory nuts and acorns out here, so I'm not feeding them. I just gave them a treat the other day. But the only time I do give them grain is when they have babies. I feed them when they have piglets, because they need the extra energy and nutrition, and I feed them during the winter time. But besides that, I do not feed them at all. Like I said, they have about 2 acres. I did have 3 pigs on it, and they've been there for about 2 years. Don't have to feed them if there's grass, so I really like that breed. I'm just getting out of them because multiple reasons. I can't really expand my pen, which I like to rotational graze because it's beneficial to the land and the animals. Helps you grow more forage. And I just can't do that here. Like I said, they've been in the same pen for 2 years, and I mean, you can tell how much they've beat it up from not being rotated. They've been here every day. So anyway, yeah, I can't expand, and I'm looking to focus on my goats. So I'm getting rid of the pigs, even though I really do enjoy this breed. I'll probably get back into them, or maybe a bigger breed once I get some more land. But right now I'm getting out of them. So anyway, this whole pen, it's this hot wire just about 10 inches off the ground. But you can't see it there. I got the hog net behind it. But that's what's keeping them in, except over there on that side there is a real fence over there. It's just the property border, so I'm using that fence. It's got a lot of trees growing through it, so the pigs can't really get through it, because pigs are good at going under fence. But the wire, you want it about nose height. From what I found out, they pretty well won't go over it. If you put it really low, they can go over it. One time I put it really low trying to contain piglets, and they accidentally went over it without even knowing. But unless you got it real low, they won't go over it. But they typically go under it if they can. My boar, when he was younger, he started getting out, and I found he was going under it. I had it just a little too high, and he was shooting right under the fence. So here I have 3 rolls of this hog net, Premier One hog net set up right here, 300-foot rolls. and I tied it into this fence. I just put a piece of copper wire around the poly wire and connected one of these Premier 1 clips to the hog net. So that's how that's connected. And that's up because I'm getting ready to take this single strand of hot wire down and put up a Premier 1 poultry net to run my goats through this whole area. So the pigs are going to get locked down in here while I take up the poly wire. And once I get the new fence up, I'll probably let them out. I might keep them in there. I don't know. They can be difficult with the goats. You know, they destroy water and stuff. But I think they're supposed to be getting sold in the next few weeks. I think I have a buyer lined up. But I put them, that's about a half bale of hay in there. The goats knocked over. I hauled it over here, put it under the tree, so it'd be good for a nice little bedding area. That's what they prefer to lay on. I have some water barrels over here. They're just 50-gallon drums cut in half, and then I screwed 2x6s on the sides so the pigs can't knock them over. I like doing two. I do one with just plain water, and then I do one with some apple cider vinegar in it. Apple cider vinegar is really beneficial to most animals. There's quite a few university studies about that, so I offer that to the pigs just to keep them healthy, give them a little boost, and they seem to like it. So yeah, I'm about to lock the pigs in this hog net, take down the poly wire, and then I'm gonna put a poultry net all the way around this. And that over there is actually my first electric pen I built. And you see the PVC pipe running up there with the wire running across to another PVC pipe. That's actually how I got the power over here. At first I had the energizer for that fence over there is about 100 yards back in the woods in a shed over there. So I just ran that wire over there to get the power over the driveway over to this fence, which it worked well, but I'm actually fixing to take that down because after I added this poultry net and this hog net, the energizer from way out there isn't powering this stuff. Like I said, this is low quality wire. It doesn't carry a charge that far very well. So once I put this pin up, it's 2 rolls of the 164-foot poultry net for my goats, which they're out grazing right now. I'm gonna have to go get them. They done made it to the neighbor's yard. They was just right here, but now they're all the way in the neighbor's yard. See if I can get them. Come on, go! Come on, go! I'm gonna have to hurry. They keep going to right past that shop is the neighbor's yard, which he doesn't really mind, but I don't need him over there. But I'm gonna have to hurry now. Darn goats. But yeah, once I put this poultry net up, the energizer way out there wasn't doing it, so I disconnected from over there and I set up my IntelliShock 20 hooked up to a marine battery, which you put it in a box. You want to protect your battery. Hooked up to 2 ground rods, pretty much all Premier 1 except for the battery and the battery box. Come on, go! Them darn things, they bug me. They got all kinds of room to roam, and they want to shoot to the neighbor's house. I said I wasn't gonna let them out no more because of this, but I'm over here working, so I did. All right, so back to the pig fence. Ran it down here to got a handle. I can drop it when I need to, which it's low enough. I usually just run it over and drive the truck right in here. I did run some wire down this fence because the pigs did go under this fence a few times because it's loose at the bottom. I got it too low right there. I need to adjust that, but This is where they was going under. But I'm not going to adjust that because I said I'm about to redo all this. I see the goats. They didn't make it that far. There they are. They're barely in his yard. He's a nice guy. He doesn't mind, but still, I don't want them over. I need to hurry up and get them before they get into something. Drive me nuts with that. I try to let them out and give them some good grazing. Look at all this good forage, and they want to go over to the neighbors and eat grass. But anyway, all this is the pig pen. They have all this area. That's how I'm able to not feed them. There's plenty of hickory trees and oak trees, so there's all kinds of nuts out here, and there's all kinds of forage. You can see they've been rooting up around that tree. But I've been clearing this trail. I came through here with the chainsaw and cut the trees down to the dirt. As you can see, I don't want to be tripping on them. A nice little wide path, because dealing with that poultry nut in the woods, it is kind of a hassle, so try to make it as easy as possible. What makes it difficult is you get snagged on stuff like this. You go yanking on your fence, you'll just break it. So you got to take your time. It's frustrating at times, but it's what you got to do to get it through the woods. Which it is easier just to run wire. The reason I'm running poultry net through the woods is because it protects the animals. By putting poultry net all the way around, I won't have to worry about predators. I won't have to put one of my Great Pyrenees with them. Poultry net, it keeps everything out. I highly recommend it. It's good stuff. So here's the back of the fence, and I've stacked stuff up that keep the pigs in. Just all the brush and limbs I picked up from over here, I just threw against the fence. But I connected to the real fence, and then I ran wire around here. And yeah, this is why I don't like this wire. You can just barely see it. Ran it out here on T-post. Step-in posts are a lot cheaper, but we have some of these laying around, and some of the places you wouldn't be able to get the step-ins in, so I just used these because we had extra. Yeah, I'm about to come through with the Premier 1 net. Like I said, back here will be a hassle, but I'm looking to get it all done today. I'm gonna go up here, open up that hog net, and get some pig feed. And pigs will follow me right in there, and then I'll walk them in there and take this pin down and get my other one up. And I just have 2 wires up here because this is, like I said, I just used wire that I already had and I didn't cut it. So instead of having to cut it and having a short wire, I just overlapped them. You can't even see the wire. Yeah. Get white wire. Get Power Flex. I don't really know how much more visible the white is. I think it is, but the big thing is the Power Flex wire is stuff I get's like 4 times thicker than this. So it's very easy to see. So that's it. Just a hot wire or 2. Which I will say, let me put this in this video, you do need to train animals to hot wire, because if you just put them in here and they've never been introduced to hot wire, and they stick their nose to that, get 7,000 volts in the nose, there's a good possibility they'll just run straight through it. And once they learn they can do that, you'll probably never keep them in. I had it happen with a goat. Prettiest goat I had to sell her. Finally gave up. I had to sell her. Finally did it this spring. But yeah, to train them to this wire, put them in a real fence, woven wire or cattle panel, whatever you have, and then run hot wire down the fence. So that way when they touch the hot wire and get shocked, if they try to shoot through it, they can't. They'll hit the other fence, and they'll do that a few times, and they'll realize, oh, I can't get through this fence. And once they decide that, you can let them out and just hot wire. But train them first, because like I said, if they touch it and go straight through it, you're not keeping them in, and it's going to be a pain to get them back in anyway. So put them in a real fence with some hot wire, real hot. Make it real hot so they learn quick. They'll touch that wire and try to go through it, and after a week or so of seeing they can't go through that wire, they'll think they can't do it, and you can keep them in it. It's just a mental barrier. It's not a real physical barrier. Animal can go through it if they want to, but if you train them, like I said, train them, they won't do it. Keep it real hot. Give them a week or so, and after that, you shouldn't have to worry about them getting out. The key is making sure it's real hot, though. I like at least 7,000 volts. Pigs you can pretty easily keep in. They'll stay in with about 4,000 volts. Goats need at least 6,000. I just keep it real hot so we don't have any mishaps. It's not worth it. They get 7,000 or 8,000 volts in the nose a few times. They'll quit playing with it. This little frog pond over here, this is the pig's water source. When they're in the big pen, I showed the barrels over there. They don't usually have those. They usually just drink out of this pond. But that's pretty much the pen. And my advice on the electric fence: trust me, don't put them in just electric fence and think it's going to keep them in if they've never been around it. I've heard plenty of stories, and heck, I made the mistake too at first. So train your animals, or they'll be gone. That's the last thing you want. Here they are up here, rooting around, and that's about all. That's my pig pen. These are my pigs I'm about to get rid of. Charlotte over here, and Big Bertha to the left. My old pigs. They're funny little things. They're chill pigs. I like them. Oh, kunekune pigs. Yeah. Maybe I'll do another video of them before I sell them. We'll see. But that's the pen. Goose out.